Hi, my name is Dr. Cheryl Meyer, and I am a psychologist for 20 years now, and a life coach. And I'm here to help people navigate through your spiritual awakening. That's what I'm doing, because I'm navigating through my own spiritual awakening. I've been interested in spirituality my whole life. Anyway, I'll get right to the point of this teaching. The other day, my intuition teaches me through my experiences. So the other day I was with my cousins. They were out here visiting, and we went to the Channel Islands, and we were rowing in these kayaks in the ocean, and there were big waves, and I put it on my YouTube channel. So listen, follow me here on YouTube and wherever you're seeing this, and subscribe. That can really help to grow my channel, and then you'll be notified also when I put new content out, because I'm serious about what I'm doing. And I've been making videos for over a year now. I have over 300 videos teaching about this in really deep depth, but now I'm just going to make brief videos as far as I understand what's meant to happen now. You can go back and go into those other videos, are like you're getting a free therapy session. I can't be your psychologist over social media, but I just know the pain I experienced was so deep that I just wanted to give people ways to get through this. So anyway, when I was on the ocean in the kayak, I just pulled over and came to this tree that I like. I'm like, where do I get to go do this teaching? Because I didn't want to do it in my car. I got this in my intuition. It said, row smarter, not harder. Because I was watching the waves, I was observing. I didn't keep getting carried away in reactions. And this is what we can do in life, is you can keep getting carried away, and then 95% of your actions in your life are just reactions to triggers and to other people, and to unconscious ways of just staying with addictions and filling up yourself temporarily over and over and over, and then getting disappointed when it doesn't work. Well, so I got this intuition. This is what I was meant to give to you guys. Is row smarter, not harder. Like, if I keep rowing harder, but I'm going around in circles and doing the same thing and dating the same type of people, or experiencing the same experiences over and over with my kids. I have 2 kids, and I just had this long conversation with my 12-year-old son, and I was just crying my eyes out, because he was just being really present, because I was being really present, And so I modeled to him what it was to just be present and not keep staying in our triggers. But I always saw my kids as eternal souls on loan to me. Like, I just saw them always as old souls, that they have much to teach me, but I'm also their mom, so I'm meant to teach them and direct them. We're meant also to be disciplined in our lives and to learn from our mistakes, not to beat ourselves up because of them, but learn from them so that we can row smarter and not harder. Like, if I just row harder, which I often do, because we are trained in our society to be neurotic and just row harder, and you can just keep going in circles, like I said. Don't beat yourself up about addictions. Just look at, hey, like, all right, how long do I want to do this? This is why I was crying so deeply this morning, because as my son and I were working out our problem, I saw where it came from. So let me just give you an example of how this can show up in your life. And one also example, okay, let me remember, I'm going to teach that to you, is I was just listening to a little bit of Eckhart Tolle. He's the guy that wrote The Power of Now, and that's what my master class is on, is awakening your intuition with the guidelines of The Power of Now. We go through that. It's a year-long class. So direct message me if you'd like to know about that class, or get a hold of me somehow. But what he was saying is that it's just words, and it's a signpost. It's like this sign can say stop, and then when you stop, you're actually experiencing stop. I can say you are soul, you are consciousness, experiencing life in a human body, but just knowing that in your head doesn't, it's the same as, so I totally understood what he was saying. It's like if I said, this is honey, and I showed you honey, and this is what it tastes like, and I'm tasting it, you're not tasting it. You see, and I could say it tastes sweet, but unless you're tasting honey, you're not getting the experience of that. And so you can say, oh, I am consciousness in a human body, and it's like, but and I can say like, this is a tree or whatever, but I had this experience because I'm part Native American with this Native American Christian shaman who took me on this tree trip that I don't recommend you doing it unless you're in person with someone like, and I was called to it. And I don't know that everyone is, but anyway, I got the experience of being in a tree. Like I can't, and I've had mystical experiences where I experience myself as consciousness in my body. And so when I sit in that space and feel that and know that in my knowing, it's different than me telling myself, oh, I'm a soul in a human body. I'm a soul in a human body. You've got to just have faith, you know, baby. So I think because I don't understand all of the reasons I'm putting songs and roller skating and rowing and, you know, all these things on my YouTube channel, I just follow my intuition. My intuition, it's way up here. Your mind is like this. Your intuition is like this. It sees the bigger picture. So as I follow my intuition, you guys are getting this vast array of beautiful, a map, a very rich and deep map, and I'm getting it as well, of how to navigate through our spiritual awakening. That's what this is. My songs and my talking you through songs, and I show you the ego path through songs and the soul path through songs, and I also just sing songs, not that well yet because I'm still learning, but what I'm doing is I'm giving you an experience of this consciousness. It doesn't matter that my voice is off, you know, some of that awkwardness is revealing exactly the ineptitude that we feel when we're on this spiritual path, when we're just going for it and we feel ridiculous, you know, because we're not that good at it. But I'm showing sincere emotion in it and sincere progress forward, if you want to call it progress, sincere being. I'm sincerely being in all of my videos, my roller skating, my any of that, my guitar. They're pictures so that you can experience what it's like to keep going for it in your spiritual awakening, because no one can put words to it. We can have words, again, they'll direct us. And so what I wanted to do, and I'm not sure if they're about to do the lawn here, is tell you an example really quickly, because I want to wrap this up. I meant to go meet my friend skating. I just pulled over. So they know I'm on my way. This is part of my way, because I do what my intuition tells me, because I want to equip you guys. I know how painful it's been for me, even though I have been equipped in so many ways. I know there's so many other people that are equipped even less than what's been given to me. So I always want to have an open hand and give away what's been given me, so you don't have to go through the pain. And so what happened in my childhood was that my parents, what I experienced is they didn't do the inner work. There was a lot of unconsciousness. And so I felt like, as the oldest daughter, I had to clean it all up and do all this extra work, because it was so painful to watch all this stuff happening and experience it happening. I'm freezing because I have shorts on. I'm going to be in the sun. Maybe I'll go over, walk in the sun a little. It's funny because I know the people that are getting married across the street. I didn't know today they were getting married. I don't know them that well, but I just saw them and waved. So sweet. Anyway, there, I'm in the sun, is, so because my parents didn't do the work and I had to in order to survive, I keep assuming that the men in my life, or women too, or my children, this is how it was showing up with my son, are not going to do the work, and I'll have to beg them to do it and then fight with them to do it and then resent them because they're not doing it. And then, you know, I was so triggered by someone last night that was just, you know, being horrible to me. but being horrible because I never set a higher standard, and I realized that that's why I was crying all morning. Not all morning, but this morning when it came up with my son, because we had an opportunity where he wasn't treating me, he reacted to something, he got triggered and he reacted to something, wasn't treating me the way he ought to be treating me, and it's my job to teach him how to treat a woman and how to treat his mother. And so I corrected him, and I'm just like, you have a consequence. You don't get your screen time for 3 hours because you chose to do that. And then he got all mad at me about that. And I'll keep his private stuff private, because I love him and I want to protect him. But he is just so good and so wise, and I had so much to learn from him. And I told him, because I reached over to do something, and he was like, why didn't you just ask me? I'm like, because I've asked you to do stuff like that 1,000 times, and then you guys fight, and then whatever. But they're all cheering at the wedding across the street. That's beautiful. That's so beautiful. Anyway, I'm so happy for them. What synchronicity that I got the image of that tree to pull over, and that, that tree, that one, that this is happening. I'm really glad I wasn't invited though, because I want to go skate and I don't want to go to a wedding of someone I don't know that well, but I'm really happy for them. I got to witness it right here. I'm like, it's so amazing. This is how a synchronicity works and intuition works. But anyway, row smarter, not harder, all right, is if I keep assuming that my kids can't step up to the plate and I can't teach them how to do the work that's theirs to do, to treat people with respect and dignity, which they're really good at. But, if I just kept my standard as low as I was taught for it to be in childhood, then I would stay scared of setting those boundaries, and I would just stay assuming that they couldn't do it. And then I would stay resentful and overwhelmed and overburdened because I'm doing the work of other people's work. You're not meant to do the work of other people. As adults, they either get to step up and you get to set boundaries and protect yourself, or peace out, and I don't mean just bail on people. I mean, you do the work of setting the boundaries. That's why I was crying, because I realized I could see like a thread backwards all the places I hadn't had my standard high enough and didn't, just internal standards for lots of different things, but where I just assumed like men couldn't do the inner work. And then I was reminded on the way here, I Eckhart Tolle is in my physical reality. I'm in a live class with him, and it's like, here's a man that's showing me that, consciousness led him to a place, God, whatever you want to call it, led him to a place to do the inner work. And I have a lot of men in my life that are doing the inner work on various levels, and it's great. And it's great because I get to see that in my life, and it's different from what I experienced in childhood. And so, you see, if I just rode harder instead of smarter, then I would just keep doing the work of other people. And guess what? That left out. Like, that left it so that I never had time to enjoy life and to be skating and to be just chill mode. Because, if you agree at your company to do the work of 3 people and they're only going to pay you to do the work of 1, or even if they're paying you to do the work of 3, what's the point? You don't have that work-life balance. You're not enjoying life. You're doing the work of 3 people. Why would you sign up for that? Just to make extra money? What is life worth if you're doing that, But we do these things unconsciously, and I'm not talking about just getting mental constructs in your mind so that you just, it is important to reprogram, to learn how to do these things differently. But I think above all of that, as I'm learning how to just be more in my being state, like to be able to observe my thoughts and observe my actions and not just go into them unconsciously, that's what's helped me even with my son and with other people and other relationships, and with the relationship, how I relate with myself is when you're in this being state of consciousness, you just feel pure love and abundance, and you don't need anyone to do any other work because you are the fullness of it. You already are. It's like you're connected to the oneness of God. So it really helps give you perspective. And everyone says, oh, just accept what is. Well, if you don't have this practice of being in your being state, then you can't accept what is, because you're always in egotism, you're always in lack, and you're always looking for more and more to fill you up sensually, or physically, or financially, or jumping through hoops to try to prove, or get famous, or whatever. All these outer, you're just running throughout for all these outer things. And so I listen to there's a woman named Latoya Okia. I love her, and her message yesterday was so deep. But she was talking about, people get annoyed when you keep telling them, let go of this addiction. You don't need to do that. She's like, what she was talking about is getting in your purpose. And I just say it a different way, is getting into your being state. She's like, the more you do that, and you're aligned with that, and you surrender to that, and you act in that, because the world needs that. The world, you are a specific person here with your own name of God, essence of God in you, that only you carry. And so you have within you what she calls like this seed of purpose that each person can earn their own living from as well, but also it's meant to be activated. And as you activate that, there's certain principles in life that will protect you as you do that. It's wild. It's really beautiful. There's a woman named Teal Swan, and I don't know about all her videos, but I know I saw one yesterday. I put it on, when I find these resources, I often put them on Twitter, and it doesn't mean I agree with everything that everyone's saying, but she was talking about how important it is to discipline, and you're not bulldozing yourself, and there's a difference between bulldozing yourself and appreciating discipline and acting in discipline. Like who likes, my kid did not like when I was disciplining him at the moment. There's a scripture that says that, who likes discipline at the moment that it's happening. But it's a discipline for me to skate. But I enjoy it. It's a discipline for me to do my guitar, but I enjoy it. It's a discipline for me to learn how to do this and face my shortcomings and feel my feelings instead of stuff them down, but not identify with them. Like, my son was like, Mom, just have a positive attitude about the future and forgive yourself. It's not your responsibility. All these things that happen in your life, they're not all your responsibility. I feel like you think that everything is, whatever went wrong was your fault. And I know it's not my fault, but that's, again, what I grew up with in childhood. And so, tying all these thoughts together is you can learn by practicing being, how to be more observant, by meditating every day. What I see meditation doing is, it's like it develops a moat, like a castle has a moat, this water around it to protect themselves from outer enemies. It's just one more layer of protection. Well, what I've noticed is from meditating every day, I meditate an hour every day, it creates this space in me. It's a practice just like anything, just like I get better at learning a language, a foreign language, or at guitar or whatever, by practicing every day. You create this moat, and then your thoughts are out here, and they don't have direct access to go, hey, follow me, follow this instant gratification, delay immediate gratification for the greater good that's more remote. And so what I'm talking about is like, instead of working so hard to get rid of an addiction, it's like there's all these other ways you can learn how to enjoy being in your own self, and the addictions fall away. And I notice that with my clients too. I don't talk to them about how often they throw up their food. If they're bulimic or something, I talk to them about, let's see what you were trying to solve. Let's see that wound you were trying to solve by that, and heal that. And you heal that by being in this oneness with divine love, with God. They're cheering again over there. I'm so happy for them. This is exactly as much weddingness as I would want today, because I've had a lot of stuff going on, and I can't wait to go skating. Anyway, I'd love to do this for you guys. It's my service, and out of my love, and out of just, not wanting to fix things for you. You have to do the work. Subscribe, comment, engage, share, watch my other videos. I have so many videos. Watch the ones that resonate with you. I know I think I was trying to do too much work for people and not making people pay. So I might take a lot of those videos down and turn them into classes and stuff like that. I'm not sure yet. I don't want to take anything down, but I've taken a few videos down, and I might just put the beginning of them. So if you're getting this now and this just came out, then use the opportunity to learn if you'd like to, so you can row smarter and not harder. Your addictions they start to fall away. Like, even the thing I got triggered from last night, I got triggered by this person. I was just like, do I even want this person in my life? No, I have no desire. So why do I care? It's just an old remnant from childhood, is thinking that I have to care, like no man left behind. And it's like, no, peace out, leave them behind, because anyone can catch up whenever they want to catch up. I'm not in charge. I'm not a child anymore. I don't have to fix my parents in order that my childhood is not torture. I don't have to fix anybody else. I go and I get to keep meeting people that are doing the inner work and that vibe with me and are glad to do it and appreciate me, and I appreciate them so much. So I'm gonna go skate with them right now. Aww. I never know which ones are gonna show up. I mean, we have a group text, some of us do, but anyway, I wish you so much love. Take advantage of these. I encourage you to. Much love.